What's up everyone? So today we have another daycare case where allegedly a woman's daughter was raped by the daycare worker. So basically this woman named Tu Mama ended up receiving messages from one of the workers, I believe, at the daycare, who showed her a message saying, hey, your daughter is bleeding down there. And she showed an image of a diaper. She actually shared this online. I'm not going to put that here. Well, I'll put the blur version, but I'm not going to put the full thing. It's pretty gruesome. She says, this is a situation I never thought I found myself. Yesterday I sent my daughter to daycare so I can work, and this happens. My daughter was raped at the hands of this man, and he refused to show me camera footage, and his story kept changing. Okay, so she ends up confronting the daycare owner and films it. Let's check it out.
Okay? She was straight right here. She's a 2-year-old and she got here. Okay? On your watch, a 2-year-old got here.
I bring up to this day is firefighters got there before the police did for a, like, that's weird. I feel like this, like, bro, what the the police didn't show up until like an hour of me and the baby being in the hospital. And when they did, my daughter not understanding what happened to her, only that she's in pain. Like, okay, she may not be acting like super abnormal, but what the do you expect? They're like, oh no, she probably just has a UTI. Bro, a UTI is not going to cause a diaper filled with blood. People don't understand that there was evidence included in this, and people say, oh, how can you do a rape kit on a 2-year-old? It's external. There's no spectrum. It's able to be done. Okay? Even if, I hate talking about this shit, even if Joelle used condoms on those children, there's still going to be something left over. Okay? Now, what pissed me off was the fact that PD tried to keep pushing me not to do a test, not to do any of that. Oh, it's going to traumatize her. So you guys want me to let this get away with it, right? Because you're so convinced it's not fault. It's not any of that, right? So I wish you guys could have seen the faces, because the doctors gave me shit too. I understand that you guys probably have people come in and it's not the case, but I feel like every case should be treated the same. You don't know. You know what I mean? So after they called this woman a SAing. So I'm the one that pushed for it. The hospital didn't. I did. I said, yep, I want that. That's what I want. I want to make sure everything's okay. At least I know I took my steps to handle this. I would rather be wrong than to sit there and think I should have done that, or what if. No, I didn't want to feel like that. And I didn't check my daughter until I couldn't. I saw the diaper and I was like, I'm not touching her. I don't know if there's evidence there. I don't know. So the SAing nurse had already kind of started to intake us, and my daughter, you know, she soiled her diaper, so I had to change her because, like, you know what I mean? I didn't want her to get a rash. I didn't know the damage down there. I opened her diaper and the damage was extensive. At that point, the SAing nurse had walked in and I started crying. I was like, she was police came in like 2 minutes after the SAing nurse left, because she came in to let me know like the exam's almost ready, and I was like, I told you guys, and they didn't say nothing. They still weren't believing it. So the SAing nurse looked at the 2 police officers, and one of the police officers is named Officer Gonzalez, and she said, where's the forms that you guys were supposed to produce? And they're like, oh, we don't know, we thought you had it. Bro, so that's the first, right? So now you have the original bloody diaper from daycare, and you have my daughter's bloody dress. There was blood all in the back of her dress, and I honestly didn't even catch that until after we got off the stretcher from the firefighters. So we did the SAing exam with the SAing nurse with the exam. They're telling me under like the light the damage to my daughter, and I'm like, I'm not able to process all this at this point in time. Like, I'm like, what the like, I just couldn't. And then I started to really like, it's just a situation like you're like, is this real right now? That's how I felt. And then it hit me and I was like, this is real. And honestly, out of this whole experience, that SAing nurse has definitely been a blessing, because she was the only one that treated the situation with the sensitivity and the empathy and everything.
And she shows the diagnosis, which is a hymen abnormally SA of a child, V abrasion. So that was the diagnosis. So she ends up going on social media telling everyone this, and it got really active. People actually started going to this daycare and they started protesting. She then shows that there was another open investigation. She also exposed this. Well, Joel failed to report injury to child. How this place stayed open after this is beyond me. If they did their job, my daughter wouldn't have been raped. And also there was a review 2 years ago. It says, if I can give this negative, I would. My nephew was sent home with 2-degree burns due to their negligence. I would upload pics, but it's very traumatizing. We asked to see to the camera, said they didn't have camera. All we were told was a bottle warmer was near and the boiling water fell on him. They didn't call ambulance, but called the owner before. Now, this just got so crazy due to her evidence, I guess, and everything like that. People protesting and end up on the news. Let's check it out.
Gathered here today to protest in response to that viral social media post regarding this daycare behind me and the allegations of sexual abuse made by one mother. Now, if you go ahead and take a look behind me, this is where over a dozen El Pasoans gathered to protest. They all held signs saying, "What if it were your daughter?" and "Honk for justice," while also chanting. Now, the protest started at noon and continued all through the afternoon till just about 4. I spoke with several protesters who all say they want Little Kings and Queens daycare investigated. One protester says her children used to come to this daycare, and while their daughter was attending, they noticed what they thought was a rash on their daughter's private area. Since this incident has gone viral, they thought to take their daughter to the doctor to get clarification. They showed the doctors the proof, and the doctors confirmed to the parents that their daughter never had a rash, and in quotes said, "Something was done to your daughter."
We didn't really know what to think. Maybe it was naive of us to have thought that that wasn't a possibility. But we took her yesterday and we did show the pictures that we have of our 2-year-old. And now everything seems to be making sense to the dad and I. I want to stand up for Ariana and for my kids and every other victim. It's going to take one victim to get it worse than maybe all the other ones, to have justice for all.
Another protester says she was here speaking out in solidarity with the victim and the victim's family. She says on the viral post, many other people came forward to share their story, and it saddens her as a mother and a victim of abuse herself.
Ariana is 2 years old. She's not trying to get anyone in trouble. She had her childhood stolen from her. She had her whole life stolen from her mother. She was here, trusted with this facility for them to take away her innocence, to rob her of her childhood, to steal everything from her. We can't let it go on. As mothers, as fathers, as brothers, as people, we have to get her justice.
Now, I did call the daycare myself, and it seems that they are closed today, and my call was sent straight to voicemail, so I was not able to get a hold of them. I did hear from a family friend that they will be out here protesting again tomorrow.
ABC7 has confirmed that the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services is looking into the Little Kings and Queens daycare regarding allegations of abuse and neglect. A spokesman told ABC7 that the department's Child Care Investigations Unit began looking into the allegations yesterday. A group of protesters gathered outside the business protesting after a woman made an outcry online about abuse.
While details are still limited on what prompted the investigation, parents I spoke to today were split on the news. Some saying they want the daycare to be shut down, while others hope the owners are cleared from any wrongdoing.
They haven't shown me any reason that, or any anything that they're bad and they would do that, but that's from personal experience.
Just where it was and the daycare, it just like, I started going back on my memory of everything I ever thought I was overreacting or anything.
But this is an example of something that most likely did happen, because you have other people coming out and speaking about it. Anyway guys, so that's what I have so far. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, notifications. I will update you, but while you're here, make sure to check out this video